What's up, everybody? Welcome to another show, Jamie with J Money, man. I'm J Money. That's my guy, Junior Browne. Today, we're gonna break down these couple of playoff games, man. We got to recap yesterday as well, Junior. Win or loss, we always recap the games yesterday. Make sure y'all go to SBR Picks /NBA to check out all the articles we have over there. Myself, Junior, and Jordan as well. Jordan not here today, but he'll be back later in the week, man, for sure, for sure. But make sure y'all go and check out all the articles over there we got for sure. But what's up, Junior? Everything good with you, brother? How was your day yesterday? I know it was good, but I want to hear from you. How was your day yesterday?
Hey, Los Heat, brother, Los Heat. Listen, we kind of saw that coming when even before the Heat were done with the Pacers. When it looked like that this was going to be the matchup, I was like, I could already tell you since last week. I'm pretty sure we both said it on the show. We taking points with the Heat, easy. Now, obviously, I didn't expect them to win outright. I just thought it would be a really close game that the Heat could cover. But the Bucks got some question marks, man. They got some question marks. I'm not really. I'm interested to hear your opinion about how Giannis played because, I don't want to say I predicted because we're all just trying to make educated guesses with the information that we had. But Eric Spoelstra is one of the best game planners in the NBA, bro. And I just felt like he would have something for Giannis. And no matter what anybody tries to tell me, the game plan is never for Giannis to have 12 shots and for Middleton to have 24. And I got to give some respect to Middleton because yesterday I was like, oh, yeah, Middleton, he got to prove himself a little bit more in the playoffs because he can be pretty inconsistent. He came to play yesterday, and he held it down for his squad. So it's not like Middleton played bad. But at the same time, Giannis only getting 12 shots, and he really, really struggled from the free throw line too. They
Oh yeah, boy, airball.
Spoelstra got something for them boys over there in Milwaukee. So, and Jimmy buckets. You only need Jimmy to be solid in the fourth quarter during crunch time. He was solid the whole game, but Jimmy buckets, bro. He's in crunch time. He ain't afraid. So they got a lot of scores on that Miami team, bro. So it's gonna be a long series. I smell upset. Smell an upset. What you think about yesterday? Yeah, I'll let you deal with the Thunder and Chris Paul and what happened over there.
Yeah, honestly, man, I didn't. I watched the game, but it was a lot, man. There was a lot going on in the game. I was, what I'm saying, I was pissed off. Russell Westbrook late in the game really pissed me off. So obviously, I had to watch the fourth quarter real closely. But Westbrook, man, I'm gonna tell you the truth, Junior. It kind of seemed like Westbrook just threw the game away, man. Like he kind of seemed like he got paid or somewhere. Not necessarily. I mean, they already get paid, but it seemed like they just told him, "Hey, need you to kind of, do what you do." Look, because he didn't even look that bad. You can't just say he looked rusty, Junior, because, no, everybody's saying he looked rusty. He had already played a game. He didn't even look that bad in the first game. Granted, they were up by so many points, but still, man, he didn't look that bad even, to start the game off in the first half. So I'm sorry, man. You can't tell me that just, he's rusty all of a sudden and he make those mistakes at the end of the game. I mean, just throwing the ball out of bounds, turnovers, air balls. Come on, bro. You can't be serious. That's not the Westbrook. When you don't see the intensity in him, he's not the same, man. But I'm not gonna go too far on it. Forget all that. We was on the Heat yesterday. Lovely. Obviously they came out and had a little rust. The Bucks came in and put 40 points on them in the first quarter. So we seen that the Bucks could do it or whatever. Yeah, a little worried there in the first quarter. I said, oh boy. Then the Bucks put a 40 piece on the Heat in the first quarter, outscored them by 11. Then the Heat show life there. What do? They some dogs. They ain't gonna never cut it to 3 points there in the second quarter. Outscored them 31-23. It was 3-point game at the half there. So had to come out there in the second half because I knew that the Bucks, they obviously would come out in the second half as well with that same intensity they did in the first quarter. When Middleton is looking like that, they look like a different team. But you nailed it though. When you just have Giannis only to 12 shots, you hold him to 18 points, 4 for 12 from the free throw line. You the MVP and you airballing free throws, bro. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't say. I mean, this ain't the first time, but come on, bro. You got to get your shot right, my guy. Get in the gym. You get paid millions. Big cheddar, man. I don't know. All right, that's enough, man. I'm sorry. But you can't be airballing no free throw. A real deal hooper, you just can't do that. I don't care. It's guys that with 2 hands.
J Money, I'm going to tell you right now.
All right, that's
I coach a basketball team. If anybody on my team shoots an air ball,
I'm taking them out the game.
I won't take them out of the game, but they're getting clowned on the bus ride home or in the locker room if it's a home game. That we're not letting that slide. I'm sorry. I don't care.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. To get on that too much, but it's just a disgrace in my opinion. I mean, you do the most valuable play. You're trying to step out, shoot threes, though. You need to work on the free throws first. So look, you got the dunks. I mean, I'm kind of with Harden now. Damn, is all you can do is just run in and dunk. You can't shoot the free throw. You're trying to shoot the threes, the mid range shot. Come on, my guy. But he can get in the lane pretty much every time, but not against that wall. It'd be interesting to see if they can bounce back. We know the Bucks off a loss. You know what I'm saying? Has been cash all year. But we'll get into that. We'll definitely get into that tomorrow. But yeah, the Heat cashed the +5.5 money line. You know what I'm saying? All that I wasn't on the money line, but yeah, I cashed it. The +5.5 real nice. And yeah, the Rockets, they go down to the Thunder, man. I really didn't think the Thunder had nothing to do, had no parts in that game. And you saw even when they did, the Rockets still went on a 10-0 run. They're late, you know what I'm saying? But even with Harden not necessarily having a good game at first, but Westbrook, I don't care why. This is why I say that, Junior, because out of all the guys, you have why is the ball still in his hand with all these turnovers and stuff? So, I mean, 7 costly turnovers. Every single one of them was costly. Chris Paul, you have to give him credit. He, you know what I'm saying, had a damn good game, but I just see that he has to be their superhero for it. He has to do that every game. Be real interesting to see, man, if they can knock off the Rockets here. We've seen the Rockets in years past just choke, man. I remember they lost versus the Warriors, man. They was oh man, I don't even want to talk about it. I was going to hit real nice, man. I had like some kind of futures or whatever. I needed them boys. I just had them on the money line. Them boys choked versus the Warriors, man. That shit was just I still have nightmares about that, Junior. But anything you want to say about that game? Chris Paul did look good. You have to give credit where credit is due. That's the last thing I gotta say about that one, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're not a Chris Paul guy. I mean, I'm not a Chris Paul fan, but I respect his game. I respect all he's done. He hasn't really gotten as far in the playoffs as someone who's accomplished as much as he's accomplished statistically probably should, and for his skill set as a leader. But he's had also a lot of bad luck with injuries and his teammates getting injured, blah, blah, blah. But I just want to say that I just like the storyline personally that, you know, you kick this guy to the curb. Basically, he said, it's his fault that we're not doing good. Send him to a team where everybody thought they were going to be a lottery pick, and he got him on the verge of sending y'all asses home. So, and I'm not really a Westbrook fan by any stretch of the imagination for a lot of different reasons, a lot of things you saw last night. And I'm not going to say, and I'm not going to be an idiot and say, oh, what we saw last night is something that we normally see, because that was weird. Like that, watching Westbrook do what he was doing, especially that like turnover late, it was just kind of like, what? Like, is he
exactly?
Why is the ball
still in his hands though? Why is Houston allowing this? It's like y'all want to go to game 6? Oh, that shit kind of really had me high, bro. To be honest with you, bro.
It didn't make any sense.
The teaser didn't count. I mean, then the Houston -5 could have cast, but you could see that OKC was gonna keep the game close. But still, the Rockets should have won that game. Obviously, a couple late threes by Chris Paul that were huge, but still, Rockets had chance after chance. Junior, all they had to do was pretty much get one basket at the end, and it seemed like to me, man, they wanted to lose the game, bro. I mean, if you see Westbrook is having a bad game, if anything, why is he even still in there, Junior? You're a coach. I mean, why is he in the game at crunch time if you see he's not having a good game? Well, there's nothing wrong with just having Harden run the show. Somebody, House Gordon, come on, bro. I'd rather see Austin Rivers in there, bro, rather than this guy. The way he was, you know what I'm saying? Austin Rivers wouldn't have made them damn turnovers, in my opinion.
Yeah, there's not really too much for us to say about it other than Harden just got to demand the ball in that situation. Like, yo, you just, I trust you, but right now you don't have it. You know what I'm saying? you just don't have it right now, bro. Get your ass in the paint, where at least you might be able to make a layup or some shit, because you ain't making no jumpers. This man was that fourth quarter, bro. Like, can I say? I mean, you're already saying it, but he basically cost them the game. If he's even just decent at the end of the game, they win, right? Like he doesn't even have to be spectacular. He just has to not get in the way, and they win the game. So that was really weird. I'm not gonna act like that's normal from Westbrook. I don't like his game, but he's not a loser. He's not a he's not a guy that does things. He's one of the hardest working players in the league, and he usually does things to try and help you win. I think Westbrook's problem is that he just tries to do too much. That's my biggest criticism. Westbrook is that he takes shots he knows that he's that are not really his shot, and he just tries to do too much. And I'd rather have a guy, I guess, that tries to do too much that doesn't do enough. But like we saw last night, he kind of gets in his own way sometimes. Man, it's kind of unfortunate to see because that's a choke job, son. I don't even like to use that word.
Yeah, and we ain't saying that it's a fix or nothing, Corey.
But he choked.
We ain't saying it's a fix or nothing. Yeah, it's just Westbrook. Just what I'm saying. It was pretty much just him, man. Obviously, the Rockets would have won to win the game, and what I'm saying, and keep pace pretty much with the Lakers. But the guy said Westbrook is trying to show PG-13 who was less clutch. That was funny right there. But Junior, we'll talk about that game tomorrow, man. We'll see who wins Game 7. Obviously, it's gonna be. We'll talk about that one plenty tomorrow. See if the Rockets can get it done and get past the Thunder there. Let's go ahead and get to today's games, man. This is what y'all here for. We got the Celtics versus the Raptors, man. The Celtics already beat them 4 out of 5 times already this year, Junior. It seemed to be the Raptors' kryptonite. We saw Lowry pretty much. He didn't have too much rust. He still led the team in scoring, but him and Van Fleet didn't necessarily look good. Siakam had 3 fouls. If you ask me, Junior, in that first quarter, they just couldn't seem to get any call going from that. They couldn't get any momentum going in the first quarter, and it pretty much just it played them for the rest of the game. They could never get it in a rhythm after that, even though they cut it to 9 and showed that they can kind of sort of, stifle the Celtics a little bit and kind of get them out of rhythm. They had to cost them like 4 or 5 shots, but then the Raptors couldn't really capitalize on that, even though they still cut it to 9. A few of them shot. I feel like if they could have cut it to like a few of them threes, if they could have cut it to 7 or 4, I really think it could have possibly been a different type of game. So they still showed something, even though the Celtics pulled away once again, and they're winning by almost 20 points. This one's going to be a real interesting for me here, Junior. It's a couple of tough games here today, man. I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is going to be a little kind of a light day for me, Junior. Still trying to feel out everything, doing more research. What you got on this one, Junior? I think that the Raptors going to start out. They got to have a much better start here in this first quarter, Junior.
Yeah, I'm taking the Raptors. I feel like a lot of people, after the first game, I'm sure every single person watching this show that lives in a city where there's an NBA team, you guys can feel what I'm about to say. You know how you'll watch the team play and you'll hear the local announcers, they travel with the team and stuff, so they know all the players, they watch them practice, they really know the team. And then you listen to the national broadcast, and they may or may not know the team. They know the Lakers, they know the Warriors, but they don't really know a lot of the teams like that. They just say a lot of dumb shit. And that, watching that first Raptors game, these guys were acting like the Raptors literally died in the first game. They lost a basketball game. Now, if you want to say the Raptors have a Celtics problem, J Money, you already know. I've been saying this for weeks already now. If the Raptors play the Celtics have a very serious problem with the Celtics. So that's why I was on Celtics in the first game. But in this game, I just kind of feel like the way the Raptors are built, the things that went wrong for them in the first game are very correctable. Pascal Siakam getting in early foul trouble, that was a major problem. Although I got to say that Pascal Siakam hasn't looked good in the bubble at all. But I still trust him enough that he could, he can get me 25 today. I feel like Marcus Smart scoring 21 points, going 5 for 9 from 3, basically making most of the shots he takes. It's probably not going to happen again. I just feel like the Raptors are going to play better defense. The Raptors are going to take better shots. They really kind of went bananas with the threes in the first half. I feel like I don't know if you watched the game, Jay, but you seem to have watched the game because you were really just giving me a lot of detail about the game. So it was clearly you did see it. Raptors shot a lot of threes. Serge Ibaka had 4 threes attempted in the first quarter. He was making them, but they were just kind of trying to live and die by the 3, and it was not working for them at all. Because at one point in the game, they were down 17, and I don't even think Jason Tatum had scored. So I feel like the Raptors just kind of went about it the wrong way. The way that they take advantage of the Celtics, in my opinion, because I've watched all the games that they played, high pick and roll, just like they do to every other team. Get Kemba Walker involved in trying to fight through screens, getting him running into Marcus Gasol, you know what I'm saying, or Serge Ibaka. Get guys moving around. Stop just jacking up threes. Like that's not how y'all play. Y'all make threes, but the Raptors are a drive and kick team. The Raptors are not a one-on-one self a threes team. All of their guys are trying to get in the paint to kick out for a three or get a layup off rip. They're not trying. Once they get into this situation where they're taking as many threes as twos, it's not really going to go well for them. On top of the fact that the Celtics are one of the best defensive teams in the league. You can't settle against the Celtics. You got to attack and get to the line. And I think how many free throws – I feel like I'm talking too long, Jay. Sorry. I just feel like how many free throws the Raptors shoot in this game is really going to be a big deal on whether or not they can win this game, because I feel like they just weren't aggressive enough in the last game. They got to the free throw line a lot more in the second half, but I feel like they really, really got to stop settling and just come out with aggression from jump ball. So I'm going with the Raptors because the spread is pretty low, and I feel like this is a bounce back game for them, and they're going to come back with a little bit more intensity than you saw in the first game.
Yeah, the spread is pretty low as well. And one guy in the chat asked me what's wrong with Siakam. Honestly, I don't know. I mean, he hadn't looked good. It's like he missing his girl or something, man. I don't know. He just hadn't looked the same. I don't know. It was like you know what I'm saying? It was like the food or something he was being cooked at the house. I don't know what it is. Maybe we do know that a lot of these players are starting to get their people, some of their, you know what I'm saying, like their wives and kids. Like I know saw Van Fleet, you know what I'm saying? It was crazy seeing this little girl, daddy, you know what I'm saying? So obviously a lot of the guys are gonna be happy to see some of their families, their girlfriends, wives, or whatever, and their kids. So it could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. We saw after Van Fleet, after he had his son originally born, you know what I'm saying, his first time, whatever, he balled out. So now he got his kids back with him. Hey, we'll see. It's a huge. You know me, you could down there call me. My middle name might as well be Bounce Back Jay. I love that. I mean, because you have really a more motivated team. You have one team that's come in with their, you know what I'm saying, with their shoulders are like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying, we can do this. It's gonna be easy. And then one team that's motivated saying, or that's pissed off pretty much, you know what I'm saying? So I took the Raptors in the first quarter. It's the only play I am on so far. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna make something else after the show, but so far I'm just on Raptors first quarter right now, because I feel like if they want to win this game, because I do feel I want to take the Raptors full game, and I do lean that way. It's not that the Celtics can't go up 2-0, and if they do, I'm slamming the Raptors in game 3. It is what it is. But they got to come out here and have a much better first quarter than they did last time. I mean, being outscored by 16 points, you can't do that. Even though they cut it to 9, they show, like I say, they show playing fight. But with Siakam having the 3 fouls in the first quarter, it's not really that, because a couple of them really were fouls, but maybe one of them is, you know what I'm saying, possibly one a foul. But they just were out of sorts. They couldn't get the turnovers. They it seemed like they were just super rusty in that first quarter. Obviously, the Celtics going to always bring it on defense, but they didn't look like the Raptors team of late. I'm not a big fan of the Raptors, but I mean, you can't bet with your heart or whatever. I mean, I think that the Raptors going to come in this one. They have to come to play in this first quarter, in my opinion, if they want to have any shot. Because if they're down at the end of the first quarter, then I might have to make a live bet on the Celtics, in my opinion. But we'll see. The Raptors aren't the type of team they'll give up. Obviously, they went and watched plenty of film. We'll see if Nick Nurse, coach of the year, is, you know what I'm saying, what adjustments he's going to make. Obviously, Kemba Walker, you kind of see him, maybe, you know what I'm saying, his knees start hurt a little bit. I'm not saying that I'm hoping that it will, but we'll see. The boys still missing Hayward over there, so Smart having to play more minutes in the starting lineup. Will be interesting to see what happens here tonight. But the Raptors I had to like the Raptors here early even if I feel like I lean them in the full game, because they have to come out here with a much better start if they don't want to go down 2-0 in this series. And then it won't be looking too well, because like you always say, Junior, then you have to looking to win 4 out of 5. One more thing. I was on the under in the first game, Junior. The Raptors missed a lot of open shots. Even though I think the pace will still be slow. I mean, this is playoff time now. If all you guys like to bet overs, I know it, but this is playoff. It's time to grind it out. Every possession matters. You dig what I'm saying? Especially in this game 7 that we're going to talk about next game. But this one, I don't know. I probably won't play a total. I probably won't be playing the under again. And you see a lot of disparity as well. 217 at Bet Online and 219 at Heritage. Junior, any thoughts on the total in this game?
My lean would be under, but I'm staying away from the total. I don't really have a good feel. The Raptors shot like 37% from the field in game 1. Game 2 is really going to tell us, is that because of the Celtics defense, or is that, because they were just not, prepared to play in game 1? Because it kind of just seemed like they weren't ready to go. It was weird. They don't usually look like that. So I'm definitely interested to see how they look in game 2. I expect them to have a much different attitude than we saw in the last game.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean the Celtics, like I say, what you say? We got Teddy B say Celtics have 3 of the top 5 players on the court. Yeah, you're right. The whole thing is defense, man. So we'll see if them boys, trapping the pick and roll. And that's what I want to talk about in this next game as well. Like this is and that's why I say I'm not really going too big today, because it's a wait and see. I could see the Celtics going up 2-0. I just know that the Raptors coming out here early to fight. So that's my thing, Junior, to see if their best punch, because you're going to get the Raptors pretty much best punch tonight, if that's going to be enough to get it done versus Celtics. If it's not enough in the first quarter, that's going to tell me a lot, especially if they go down 0-2 here. But still, I'm still gonna be on them in game 3. I just have to. It is what it is. But we're gonna see, man. The Raptors gonna come out and fight. We know that for a fact, man. But let's get to the next. So yeah, Raptors first quarter. I am on it. That's the only thing that I really feel comfortable enough to bet, Junior. You know what I'm saying right now? Did I like that I would be surprised if I lost. So what's your play on this game? You just on Raptors full game?
Yeah, Raptors full game -1.5. It's do or die time for them. You already know. You just mentioned it. You go down 0-2. You got to win 4 out of 5. That's not really a likely scenario against the Celtics team. They're pretty tough, and the Celtics have shown all season that they know how to play the Raptors, right? So if Toronto doesn't do it today, they're in trouble. Although I do agree with you that if they lose this game today, I'm about to bet a couple free bands. I'm gonna go future on them and go heavy on them in game 3 for sure.
Well, and it depends on how they lose as well. I mean, they can't get by 20. Yeah. They can't get smacked up by 20, and then they'll be kind of down. It's like, oh boy, and you know what I'm saying. But the first half, this game for them. So, but we know this ain't like regular at the house. So I mean, guys in the chat saying zigzag 3. I mean, it could be a zigzag game. And these are tough games. I'm telling y'all, man, these are tough, man. This isn't games where everybody's on one side either. I see 53% of the tickets on the Raptors and 47 on the Celtics. So it's pretty even there. What you got? We finna get to the next game. Junior, what you got?
No, I was about to say someone in the chat just said the Celtics are teaching the Raptors how to play basketball. This is the kind of stupid shit I was hearing the announcers say during the game. Like, people just overreact to one game. It's just one game.
It's just one game.
If they do it to them again, then there's nothing for me to say. Then it's like, okay,
it is scary that they're 4 and 5. You know what I'm saying? Beat them 4 out of 5. You know what I'm saying? That they beat them 4 out of 5 times this year. It gives you a little trepidation. It's like, what's kind of on them right now. So the Raptors, they really got to come out and show we can hang with them boys. You better, because I mean, they still missing Hayward over there. Like I say, Kimmer doesn't seem to be 100%. They got to blitz him. They got to blitz him tonight, man. So we'll see. But let's get to the next. Yeah, it's definitely got to be a watch and see, man. But they could go down. They could go down 2-0, and it still technically wouldn't be, because I mean, we saw what do we see in the OKC series? What do we see, Junior? It just real quick, the Rockets went up 2-0. Everybody was, this finna be sweet. Woo. OKC came right back in the next 2 games, won it. It's a whole new series then. Then Rockets win, and we're like, okay, then OKC win. So it can happen, even a bounce back. It can even be 2-0, and then 2-back could bounce zigzag, but no home court. Next game, Junior, we got the Jazz versus the Nuggets here. Line pretty much flipping, you know what I'm saying? You pretty much pick one for. I remember because so there was Nuggets money pretty much since all night. Nuggets money won up to 1.5. It's one big bet had to come in on the Jazz because it immediately flipped to Jazz -1. No lie, you know what I'm saying? Went from like 87% of money to like 50% of money, which it doesn't really matter. I mean, this is a pick 'em game. it's really a 50-50 game, really. I mean, but and then you still got a -1 out there, 5 dimes for the Nuggets. So it's plenty of money on both sides. Pretty much pick the total opened up at 220.5. We know that it's been over. It's pretty much all in a bubble for both of these teams, Junior. The total ticked down to 217.5. It touched 216.5. It was at 218.5, Junior. It hit 216.5. No lie, just straight down 2 points. Somebody must have smacked it, but back up to 217.5. Like I said, you're gonna get money on both sides, but it's gonna be an interesting here, Junior. What you think? Spicy Nuggets here, or it's always hard to win 3 straight games, but we saw them boys got Gary Harris back. What you think here? You going with the Spicy Nuggets here, or you think the Jazz gonna make the adjustments, maybe start trapping Jamal Murray here and make some make some adjustments? What you think?
I don't have anything on this game because this series has just been so wild. But I would have to go Spicy Nuggets because they're just a better team. They're a deeper team. They're a better team. I think that in the last couple of games, you kind of saw a bad sign if you're a Utah fan, in the sense that in the first couple of games, it was basically like, okay, so they couldn't stop this high pick and roll. Donovan Mitchell was driving and kicking. Donovan Mitchell was making, the shots when the shots were there. Like, he didn't have to do as much. I feel like in the last game, especially even the game before, he doesn't really trust his teammates as much as he did in the first game. And I'm not saying he's not passing, because he's still passing, but they're not making shots at the same rate, and he just has to do more, and that's not the version of Donovan Mitchell you want to see. So I know it probably feels like I'm criticizing him. I swear to you, I'm not, because the guy's playing like Superman out there. You know what I mean? But I get really worried when, like, for example, in Game 3, he didn't really have to do that much. You know what I mean? Like, he played all right, but all of his teammates played really well. So, and they blew these guys out by like 40 or something. Like, I'm not saying that that's what you want necessarily, where you're blowing them up by 40, and obviously it helped that these guys held them to 87 points, but you want to be scoring 120 something points with Mitchell taking like closer to 20 shots than like 40 shots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, I just feel like Denver has more answers to whatever Utah could possibly throw at them, because now think about it, now at this point Jokic is like is the second fiddle. I'm good if Jokic is just playing the background, getting to take what the defense gives him. They're going to double team Murray, like you're saying, like you suggested. Well, if you double team Murray, Jokic is going to be open. Is that what you want? Okay, play that game then. You know what I mean? So now we're banking on Murray being able to continue what he's doing, which just doesn't really seem like it's possible, because homie's averaging 47 points a game in the last 3 games. They're shooting like 67% from 3 and 64% from the field. It's not really, is that really possible? Like, if he does it again, this is like one of the all-time great playoff performances in NBA history. So you have to assume that he's probably going to get like 20-something points. Can the rest of the Nuggets step up and do the job? I think they can. And I'm not really sure the rest of the Jazz can do it, man. Listen, Jay, let's just actually keep it 100 right now. Before the series start, both of us basically didn't even really think you thought had a chance. I didn't. I know that.
I can't say that. I can't say that because Teddy was real bullish on the Nuggets, and I was pretty much the only guy. I think you and Jordan, it was all 4 of us. You and Jordan was pretty much in agreement. I was the one guy who was saying, well, I think that the Jazz could give them, fits because of their defense. And then, it pretty much them. And I was like, so in game 1, which was close and went into overtime, it looks like, your Junior, your internet. It's not. We're gonna end the show here in a little while, but your internet was a little choppy. But I could still understand what you were saying though. So we all good. But still, the Jazz have shown that they could keep up with the Nuggets. My thing is, so they made adjustments after game 1. won after losing that game in overtime. We got the catch with the Nuggets. So pretty much game 2, 3, and 4, that's was the Jazz made their adjustments. So now the Nuggets have made their adjustments to that. I mean, and I see somebody in the chat saying that as well, that the Jazz have made their changes already. It's done. It's over. And I can see that as well. The Nuggets are, in my opinion, top to bottom, they are a much better team. It'd be different if the Jazz had Bogdanovich. They don't have them. They have to do it with defense, in my opinion, and with them, you know what I'm saying, kicking it out, hitting the threes once they double Donovan Mitchell. But if they're not hitting the threes, if Ingles has a bad game like he did last game, I mean, Royce O'Neal's not really out there for offense. He's really only out there for defense. If Conley's not getting those foul calls, not hitting those threes, the Jazz could get blown out here. So that's one thing with the Nuggets. If Murray isn't on, which he is right now, he did seem like he was kind of gassed the last game. I don't like that. But if he is on, they got to double team him or whatever. But if he's not on, you can kick it out to Grant. I mean, Millsap is pretty much being non-existent. I would damn near even take him off the floor. You got to get Dozier back in there, in my opinion. But Gary Harris back, Jokic, he could get hot. I just feel like the Nuggets got more offensive weapons here in this game. They got more, like, say if Murray gets shut down, if Donovan Mitchell gets shut down, the supporting cast for the Jazz is not as strong offensively as the Nuggets is. But hey, it's game 7, man. I'm always a fan of defensive games. In game 7, I'm always one to look towards the under, man, and think it's going to be a defensive game. That's not the only reason why, but we know that the Jazz have to make some defensive adjustments here on the Nuggets, on Jamal Murray Jr. So I feel like that's the main thing. Defense has to be the name of the game here. Every possession will matter, and I don't really see a lot of running and gunning here. I know especially here to start off the game, but this game said every possession matters if you want to get to the next round. The Jazz, they have to try and slow, even though they run and gun, they have to try to maybe slow it down here if they want to keep up in this game. What you think about that, Junior? Any lean on the total?
I agree with you 100%. The Jazz need this game to be slower. I mean, I just feel like just because of the circumstances of the game, some guys might be tighter than usual. So it just these kind of just situations, in my opinion, play to the under. I don't know what you think about that, but game 7s, guys are tight. It's win or go home time, so I would lean towards the under. That's the Jazz best chance of winning, because if it comes down to a shootout, it's basically one guy versus at least 2 or more guys, because the Nuggets could conceivably get a third guy hot. Michael Porter Jr. could get hot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to go out on a limb and say Gary Harris could get hot, but the Nuggets just had to seem to me to have a lot more options offensively than the Jazz do. So, although Mike Conley's looked pretty good since he came back, he hasn't looked good in important moments, which is really what he's out there for, right? He gets paid a lot of money. That's not his fault. He's only going to accept the contract he's being offered. But you know what I'm saying? That being said, that comes with responsibilities, though. You know what I'm saying? That comes with responsibilities, and he's not living up to that right now. So if they could get the Conley they got in the game where he came back, was like game 3. In game 3, he balled out. He balled out in game 3, which is why they blew them out by like 4. One of the reasons they blew them out by 40. If they could get that Mike Conley, then they're in business. But I don't know how likely that is, though.
So what if you had a free play, you'd take the under? Because I'm
yes, 100%,
man. You know, with these totals, bro, they be so fickle, bro. I mean, then mess around, go to overtime or something, and shit run me hot, bro. You hear me? It could be 100 to 100, go to overtime, and that shit will run me hot, bro. I'm telling you, it would. It's just the totals. So look, I vow to not take totals anymore. You know what I'm saying? I said that, and so yeah, I took the Celtics under the first game, and it's still in first quarter. I was like, I don't know why the hell I took this under, but as the game went on, it ended up the pace slowed down tremendously. But still, I was like, I can't do this shit no more. It's not good for me. It's not good for my heart, man. But I like it under there, but it's gonna be tough, man. I don't know. I don't really like forcing on bets, man. Like the Heat yesterday, I felt really confident in that. I had no problem dropping on that, but today I just don't really feel. I mean, so like I say, both of these games I could make plays on, Junior. You know what I'm saying? And I could be okay with losing. No, I can't. I wouldn't be okay with losing. I can't say that. But if I had to bet this game, it would have to be Nuggets and under for me. I could see the Jazz win this game 7, Junior. I'll be honest with you. And I mean, because it's tough to win the game.
Too, though.
It's tough because if they double team Murray, they will throw a whole nother wrench in what they're doing. It'll force Jokic. It'll like if Jeremy Grant doesn't hit a couple of those threes, maybe that game 6 doesn't go their way, in my opinion. Like those are a couple of huge threes, and a couple of them were like spot up, face up threes from Grant. I'm not used to seeing that shit from him, but you know what I'm saying? Hey. I just really think I got a funny feeling about this one, man. I think it's gonna go down to the wire. If, like I said, it could go either way. Strong feel. I don't have a strong feel on either side, but it would have to be Nuggets or the under for me, and it would have to be the Raptors for me. I don't know, man. What you got, Junior? What's your strongest play today?
Yeah, Raptors -1.5. Like I said, I'm just playing the spot. Because the numbers are saying Celtics, if we're just being realistic, you're getting points with a team that's 4-1 against these guys and has blown them out quite a few times now. But I just think the Raptors are better than what we've seen so far. And, you know, they know what this game means and just mathematically what the odds are of them winning the series if they go down 0-2. I think if all the series so far, all the games so far, not to use excuses, just stating facts, this is where you see what home court means. Because if the Raptors are playing a game 2 in this situation and they're on their home court, or Denver was playing this game 7 on their home court, it would be a lot different. The circumstances would be a lot different. These lines would be different. Everything would be different. So that's the bubble effect. But this is not time for excuses. Everybody got to go out and play. You know what I'm saying? If you're not good enough to win, pack your bags and get the F out of the bubble. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. So I'm just betting on the Raptors' pride, kind of pushing them and elevating their game to the next level.
Exactly. And that's what I did as well. I took the Raptors the first quarter last night, -0.5. You know, so that's what I'm on. I think the Raptors should be up at the end of this first quarter. They have to, in my opinion, if they want to. You know what I'm saying? This has to be one. Really, it has to. It doesn't have to be, but they got to come out here and have a much better first quarter. And if they do, I think they'll, you know, have the lead at the end of the first quarter. And I think that they could possibly win this game as well. It'd be interesting to see if the Celtics really do have their kryptonite, if they could, you know what I'm saying, play the same way that they have, because they do seem to have the Raptors figured out. When I look at the roster, honestly, basketball-wise, I do like the Celtics roster a lot better than the Raptors. Now that we have them, the more motivated team, pretty much in a little revenge game. Hadn't brought out Revenge Game J here in a while, but in the playoffs, when I go with the zigzag, it's a given. Revenge Game J pretty much every game. So, especially me going to the first quarter, I like the Raptors here, a little revenge game. It's technically, I like the Raptors full game, but I don't know. It might be a little small play or something. I might go with them up small. And the other game 7, man, and my guy Teddy texted me, guys. He told me to hop on the under. So I'm gonna be pissed, man, if the game go under, because like I said, I could make a small play, man, but it's tough, man. I don't like making plays like, oh, there's a possibility. Oh, I think I might lose that one. No, man. I'm betting. I'm like, no, I'm gonna smack them boys up. You dig what I'm saying? But we're gonna go and get out of here, man. We got games tomorrow as well, day after that. So you guys make sure you keep coming to check out the show, man, and hit the like button, subscribe, all that every single day. We appreciate everybody for watching the show. Like I say, hit the like button if you like the content, man. It's just the thumbs up. So people ask me, how you hit the like button? It's just a thumbs up, man. Don't do the thumbs down. I'm gonna have to come over there and get you, man. Don't even watch the show if you're gonna hit the thumb. Nah, I'm messing with you guys. But like I say, Raptors first quarter, you know what I'm saying? Let's cash it, try to make it four straight on the article plays, man. You know what I'm saying? They've been hot, so let's try to keep it going, man. We appreciate all y'all watching. Go to SBR Picks for NBA, Junior. Everybody, appreciate y'all.